Another week, another slot of games. Let's get into it. Hello, guys, and welcome back to the Cowboy and the Hawk's Nest podcast. It's your boy, Aaron, here. Today, we'll be talking about the second week of the MLS tournament and all the games that happened as of today, July 18th at 12:22 p.m. So, first game, we got Atlanta FC versus the New York Red Bulls. Score was 1-0 for the New York Red Bulls, with Florian Valot scoring one goal and Kaku with the assist. Not really much to tell of this game. It was rather boring to watch, at least for me. But yeah, that's 3 more points for the New York Red Bulls. Next game. Bro, this was an insane one to watch. Hell is real. FC Cincinnati versus the Columbus Crew, with a score of 4-0 in favor of the Columbus Crew. A goal and 2 assists from Lucas Zelarayon, 2 goals from Jassi Zardes, and a goal and an assist from Yunus Mokhtar. Bro, I knew FC Cincinnati was bad, but I didn't think they were this bad. There's a game down the line that proves that they're not as bad as they looked in this game, but man, in this game, they sucked. Like, unequivocally sucked. And part of it's due to management, because they've had a new manager every year they've been in the MLS, which is now the 3rd year that they've been in MLS. You can't hope to establish a culture with firing the manager every year you don't succeed. Anyway, very entertaining match to watch in terms of goal scoring. Very scrappy because this is a rivalry match. And overall, just wow. Zelarayon was a good pickup. And arguably in this game and in this tournament, he might have the best goal of the tournament. No cap. Ooh, it was such a sweet goal. Top bins. Like the toppest of top bins. Next game, we got Sporting Kansas City against Minnesota United. This was a very even and scrappy match. They're pretty much rivals now, because pretty much every team in the middle of the country is a rival. Minnesota scored 2 and Sporting KC scored 1. Sporting KC's goal was scored by Kyrie Shelton, and Minnesota's goals were scored by Kevin Molino and an own goal from Kyrie Shelton. Man, that's gotta suck so bad to have that on your on your resume, especially in moment. An even bigger rivalry game up next with Real Salt Lake and the Colorado Rapids. The score was 2-0. 2-0. With Albert Rusnak and Damir Krilic each scoring goals. Very scrappy, lots of disciplinary points, yellow cards everywhere. Man, it was very scrappy. Next game, we have the Western Conference champions in Toronto FC against one of the few original teams, DC United. Game was in a tie with 2 goals on each side. For Toronto FC, Ayo Akinola scored both goals, with Alejandro Pozuelo assisting on both of them. At this rate, Pozuelo is going to be MVP of the freaking tournament. He's pretty much assisted on every single goal. Man, if I didn't like Toronto, man, I'd love this player. but I respect his talent. And for DC United, Federico Higuain and Frederic Brilliant scored both the goals, with Felipe assisting on both. And the last goal was scored in the 90th +1 minute. Woo! Nail biter. This was an absolute fun match to watch. It was getting kind of scrappy, but in the end, there's nothing better than seeing a last-minute game winner or tie goal. Now for an even bigger goal fest, we have LAFC versus the Houston Dynamo. Score 3-3. Just get my notes here to see who all scored. We have, for LAFC, Bradley Wright Phillips, relative of Ian Wright, famous Premier League striker, with 1 goal. Diego Rossi, a goal and 2 assists. Brian Rodriguez with a goal, and Latif Blessing with 2 assists. And for the Houston Dynamo, we have Mimo Rodriguez with 2 goals, and Albert Alice with the other goal. And Darwin Quintero with assists on both goals. Absolute goal fest, showing that LAFC could possibly be the best team in this tournament, even without Carlos Vela, but also showing that Group F is the group of true death, with LAFC, LA Galaxy, Portland Timbers, and the Houston Dynamo all vying for the top spots in their group. Now for the other match in Group F, the LA Galaxy and the Portland Timbers. This is painful to watch because Portland won 2-1, with Jeremy Ibobesi scoring 1 goal, and Sebastian Blanco with a goal and an assist. And for the LA Galaxy, Chicharito, aka Javier Hernandez, scored his first goal in the MLS. Congratulations to him. There's going to be more to come, I guarantee you. And then the other painful match to watch, the Chicago Fire versus your Seattle Sounders. Okay, stop. That was an awful game. The Seattle Sounders lost 2-1. With, for Chicago, Robert Barrick scoring a goal and Mauricio Pineda scoring the other goal. And for the Seattle Sounders, Handwala Bawana scored the goal, with Jordan Morris assisting. Takeaways from this game: we need to get rid of Javier Arriaga immediately. He was absolutely terrible. He gave up the goal to Robert Barrick because while he was trying to control it, he was just pushed over, like by even the lightest push, which left Yaimar Gomez Andrade out to dry, even though he had the pace to get back and contend for the ball. But now he's injured because that play, he slid into Stephen Fry and I believe injured his leg. Bad decision making, bad fitness, not enough strength on the ball. I'm sorry, he's gone. For me, he's gone. He might be good in practice, but he's not showing me anything on the field. And that's a problem. A major problem. Second takeaway from this game, I am praying that João Paulo Maior recovers from his injury fast, because we can't produce on offense right now. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's that we're starting with Gustav Svensson and Jordi Delem, who are not as aggressive into the center defensive mid positions, or if the tactics aren't working like they should. But damn, we need something. And during the regular season of MLS, at the beginning of the season before COVID-19, João Paulo kickstarted us into gear. And wow, we need him more than ever, along with a center back to replace Javier Arriaga. On to the next game. We got NYCFC against Orlando City FC. This was kind of a blowout here, with Orlando City scoring 3 and NYCFC scoring 1. The goal scorers for NYCFC were Jesus Medina with 1 goal. And for Orlando City FC, Chris Mueller scored 2, and Tesho Akindele scored 1. Really isn't much to say after this one, other than congratulations to Orlando City SC for 3 more points, and I'm pretty sure they're guaranteed to move on. Next game, we have the Philadelphia Union against Inter Miami, with the Philadelphia Union winning with the score of 2-1, with goal scorers Kai Wagner and Kasper Zibilko. I hope I'm saying that name right, because it's Eastern European. And for Inter Miami FC, they have Rodolfo Pizarro scoring the 1 goal. This game was all about lethal counterattacks. Philadelphia was just full of counterattacks and succeeded twice. Just fantastic playing by the Philadelphia Union. And now we have the highest goal-scoring game of the tournament so far. We have the Vancouver Whitecaps against the San Jose Earthquakes, with the San Jose Earthquakes winning 4-3. The Vancouver Whitecaps had Ali Adnan score a goal and Christian Dejomi score a goal, with an own goal from Judson. And for San Jose, Andres Rios, Chris Wondolowski, Osvaldo Alancis, and Shea Salinas all scored 1 goal. And it was a last-minute goal, too. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it was in the 90th plus 5 minute. This was a treat to watch. Absolute treat. On to the next game. And this is the game that shows that FC Cincinnati isn't really that bad. FC Cincinnati scored 1 goal to Atlanta United's 0, with Frankie Amaya scoring the 1 goal. I'm not going to lie, I wasn't able to watch this game because I decided to take a day off, along with the next 2 games. The Montreal Impact versus Toronto FC, with Toronto FC scoring 4 to Montreal Impact's 3. For Toronto FC, Richie Larea scored 1 goal, and Ayo Akinola scoring 3, with Alejandro Pazuello assisting on 3. And for the Montreal Impact, we have Ramel Quioto scoring 1 goal, and Safir Tater scoring 2 penalty kicks, with Emmanuel Maciel assisting on Romel Quioto's goal. I swear, Alejandro Pazuello has to be the MVP of this tournament. If he is not, I'm going to have serious problems, unless it goes to his teammate, Ayo Akinola, because damn, He's had his foot in pretty much every single goal. And finally, the last game that I didn't see, Columbus Crew versus the New York Red Bulls, with the Columbus Crew scoring 2 to the Red Bulls 0. And what 2 players are on the goals? Of course, Lucas Zelrayon and Jossi Zardes. Finally, to some games that I did see. DC United versus the New England Revolution with a 1-1 tie. One scored by Federico Higuain for the DC United and Adam Buxa. It was an iffy match to watch. It was relatively boring, but not too bad. The more exciting game, though, was Sporting KC versus the Colorado Rapids. This right here is the ultimate Midwest rivalry. For Sporting KC, Kyrie Shelton, Alan Polito, and Graham Zusi all scored a goal, with Polito's on a PK. For Colorado, Kellen Acosta and Jonathan Lewis scored the 2 goals. This was a very scrappy match with about 7 yellow cards given out. And for Real Salt Lake, and the final game that we are covering here is Real Salt Lake versus Minnesota United. Scrappy rivalry game, as always, ending up in a 0-0 tie. And that's all we have today for the MLS. There is one subject that I want to talk about first, though. And it's Dallas Cowboy news. Dak Prescott will be playing this season on the franchise tag because the July 15 deadline to get a new contract done has passed. And the Cowboys did not ink a deal with Dak Prescott. The quibble is over 1 year. Pay sounds fine. Guaranteed sounds fine. It's just the years. They're quibbling over 1 year. Dak Prescott wanting a 4-year deal and the Cowboys wanting a 5-year deal. I have a couple things to say about this. I'm very saddened that we didn't get him on the deal, but I'm glad he is going to be playing for the Cowboys this season. I saw Dak and Zeke dapping themselves up on Twitter, saying that we back for this season and we're ready to go and win, which I believe we will do. That's all I have for you today, guys. Thank you for tuning in to the Cowboy and the Hawk's Nest podcast. I will be covering the rest of the games to the best of my ability in the MLS is Back tournament, so stay tuned for all the action coming from me. I'm your host, Aaron, and always remember, go Hawks. How about them Cowboys? And born in 1974, Sounders, Sounders, and now we win like never before, Sounders, Sounders. We love our boys in the famous green, the greatest team that you've ever seen, the Seattle Sounders, born in 74. Have a nice day, bitches.